everyone, welcome to Dhamma, Earth's Dose of Dhamma, and this is your dose of Dhamma for today. Okay, we are talking about 5 rare matters. Actually, this Ovada, this admonition, is given by the Buddha every day. Let us see again. Appamadena bhikkhave sampadeta dullabo buddhapado lokasmin dullabo mano sattapadilabo dullaba kana sampatti dullaba pabbanja dullaba sandhammang savananti. Okay, we have talked about the first one, the rare occurrence of a Buddha. Today we will talk about the second one. Rare is it to be reborn as a human. Okay. So the Buddha gave a simile on how rare it is to become a human being. Okay. So just imagine there's this yoke. Yoke means the wood. The wooden equipment that they use for plowing, right? So it's just basically like just imagine a plank, okay, something like a plank, and then in the middle there's a hole, okay. So this yoke is thrown into the ocean, okay, and then is left adrift, flowing wherever the current or the waves brings it to. Okay, and then in the ocean there is a turtle that lives in the bottom of the seabed. So every 100 years the turtle will swim up to the surface, and then to breathe, to take a deep breath, and then go down again. So this happens every 100 years, human years. Okay? So the Buddha asked the bhikkhus, bhikkhus, is it possible that the head of the turtle, when it is swimming up, just nice fall in line with the hole in the yoke? Then the bhikkhu says, "Oh Buddha, it can happen only after a very, very long time." Then the Buddha say, "Bhikkhus, the turtle's head will fall in line with the hole in the yoke sooner than the birth of a human being, of a person who performed unwholesome actions and was born in hell." Okay, so if one is not only just hell, if we are unfortunately reborn in hell. In hell, it's very difficult to arise wholesome thoughts because of the extreme agony that the karma results have brought to a being. Okay? And not only that, when we are saying something unwholesome with unwholesome mind, in 1 second there are many billions and billions of unwholesome thought process arising and perishing. So what to say if you are engaging in unwholesome actions or unwholesome deeds, or saying unwholesome words for a long time, 3 hours, 4 hours, so many trillions of unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome mind process. So in this mind process, to put it in layman terms, every mind process has the potency to create one new rebirth. Okay, so just imagine if we do 1 hour of unwholesome deed with unwholesome intentions. So during that 1 hour, there are so many trillions and trillions of unwholesome mental processes that arises and perishes, and each of them in it has the elements that create the potency for the being to be reborn in the woeful states. Okay, the four woeful states. What are the four woeful states? The hell realm, the hungry ghost realm, the asura realm, and the animal realm. Okay, so some people say, how is it possible to be reborn, to be in hell for so long? Well, if we understand this nature law, then it is very possible. Isn't that so? And of course, if we look at it in the opposite way, if we do a lot of wholesome deeds, say a lot of wholesome words, always arise wholesome mind, then it is we are generating trillions and trillions of wholesome mental processes that arises and perishes, that each of them have the karmic potency for us to be reborn in the wholesome realm of humans or devas. Okay? Therefore, it is very important for us as practitioners, as disciples of the Buddha, whenever possible, to always arise wholesome mind, and say wholesome words, and do wholesome deeds from the time we wake up until the time we sleep. If we can fulfill this practice, then it will be very, very beneficial for us in our future lives. Okay? Anyway, so for those meditators who have, through the meditation powers, seen their, recollected their past lives, they also verify this, what the Buddha say, It is not easy to become a human, and especially once one falls into the four woeful states, reborn in the four woeful realms. It is not easy. You see, like for example, a cat. If one is reborn as a cat, if one is lucky, then one may have fish or the canned fish or the dry cat food. As food, okay? But for those stray cats, because of their nature, they are nature hunters. So whenever they saw the birds rats etc. and some small animals insects they want to go and hunt and eat them, Sometimes just hunting for fun, sometimes just hunting for food. It is within their nature. So not easy, right? Not easy. If you are reborn as an animal, then what kind of mind state are we always at? Most of the time is delusion, ignorance. Most of the time is anger. Most of the time is greed and craving, right? Just look at, when you open up the dog food, when you're preparing the dog food, the saliva from the dog drooling over the food. You can see that, right? Yeah, not easy. Okay? Therefore, if we understand this, then we should be very grateful and appreciative that we have a human life now, we are reborn as human now, and grab this very rare opportunity to practice the Buddha's teachings, at least to cultivate the mental habit of always arising wholesome thoughts from the time we wake up until the time we sleep. If we do that, then this human life will not be wasted. It will not be wasted on defilements, negative emotions, fighting here and there because of very small little things. It will not be wasted on just chasing for money and wealth, name, fame and gain. It will not be wasted on, trying so hard to maintain relationship with everyone, sometimes with even difficult people, and sometimes having to deal with the impermanence of life, and sometimes even tragedies of life. if we fulfill this very basic training of the Buddha, which is to maintain, keep arising wholesome thoughts, say wholesome words, doing wholesome deeds from the time we wake up until the time we sleep, it is definitely not a waste to this human life that be very, very difficult. Then we have one. Okay? Sorry for the English. Okay, so this is your dose of Dhamma for today. Wish all of you well, peaceful and happy. May all of us appreciate this human life that we have, and then be able to cherish this chance and ultimately practice and ultimately be able to attain path, fruition and nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.